भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनीं सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाध्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पतैरहरः पेपीयमानम् मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजम् कलिमल प्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे मूकम् करोति वाचालम् पंगुम् लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः कटाक्षकिरणाचान्त नमन्मोहाप्रिये नमः अनन्तानन्द कृष्णाय मङ्गलमूर्तये ओम श्री कृष्ण परमात्मने नमः अथ त्रयोदशाध्यायः क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञ विभागयोगो नाम त्रयोदशाध्यायः श्री भगवानुवाच Chapter 13. Sri Krishna is talking about Kshetra, the field of experience. Then, what does it take? What kind of virtues that one should have for getting an insight into the whole thing? Insightful understanding. See, at this point of time, as students of Vedanta, not just basic students, we are all advanced students. You are in the Charama Shatkam. Charama Shatkam means in the final 6 chapters of the Bhagavad. So fairly advanced students, come fairly, quite far. There are certain things you have to understand very clearly, especially expressions like certain expressions, terminology that we use. See, very often we use a expression, mental attitude. I never understood what it is. Do you have a dental attitude also? You bite people. Mental attitude is something to do with the mind. What is the mental attitude? One person gave me a very elaborate argument. I was not convinced. Then there's another thing called intellectual knowledge. Knowledge should take place only in the intellect, not in your hand. So there's another term I don't understand. Intellectual knowledge. You can say theoretically I've understood certain things. I don't know how to relate to it. I don't know how to apply. Like so many things. You get a device, you get a manual. You have read through that, you have not understood anything at all. You don't even know how to install it. Then by trial and error, you end up installing it. So, intellectual knowledge doesn't make sense. There is knowledge. You know something. You can say, I'm not clear about it. At best, you can say, I'm not convinced about it. You can say, it is here. Some people say, it is in the head, but it has not come to the heart. What is it talking about? A stroke? What does it mean? ये है ना, वो बातों के लिए बात. ये दो स्वरणों का सुनवांगे. They say in Tamil. Something you have to say, so you say. You can't keep quiet, so you have to say something. Doesn't make sense. Intellectual knowledge. Okay. So one is Kshetra. Kshetra means a field of experience. What is this field of experience? The other is what kind of preparation one should have, what kind of yogyata one should have, jnana yogyata, for us to understand this Kshetra. Now comes the third part. Who is this Kshetrajna? One who knows the Kshetra. The third major subject. And from verse number 13 to verse number 19, Krishna is handling this subject. And this, let me assure you, is a tough portion. Not tough for you, but generally considered tough because a lot of people will end up saying, I have intellectually understood. That means you have not understood. You can at best say, I have theoretically I am able to understand, but I am not able to relate to it. Why are we not able to relate? We will see that first before we go into the verse. Now, I am showing you my hand. What do you see? Hand. Hand is gone. What do you see? Don't say my face. When I show you my hand, are there two principles there? There is an object to be seen. There is a medium called light in which the object is seen. Huh? Clear? Now, is the light also gone? For the light to be manifest, for the light to be seen, you need an object. If the object is not there, the light is still there, but you don't see the object. So for this Atma to manifest itself, you need a body. Because this is where the Atma is manifest. Minus the body, where is the Atma? Because this body, mind, sense complex is an object. Any doubt you have? In which case, let's look at the language they use. In Tamil, we say, you're not well. How do you say it in Tamil? Odambu sariyillai. How do you say it in Hindi? Tabiyat kharab hai. Tabiyat theek nahi hai. You don't say main theek nahi hai. Amar shorir kharab. Ami bhalo achi. I am fine. Bengali we say. Shorir kharab. That means the body is an object of my knowledge in which I am able to see, objectify some issues. So, Kshetra. Who is the Kshetrajna? One who knows the body. The Kshetrajna and the Kshetra are available in a mixed form in this body-mind sense complex. The more I try to objectify the Kshetrajna, the knower, it's not going to work. Because whatever you objectify is only an object. Let's say I am objectifying my consciousness. Then two factors. Object consciousness, then subject consciousness. Don't you get trapped into all this? Does it sound logical? There are some schools. Yeah. No reflection on anybody. You may be following various schools. So I have no reflection. I'm only trying to follow what Vedanta tells. One group says, see some light here and follow that light. How long? It will lead you to moksha. Where will the light lead you to moksha? The light is an object of your knowledge. So there will be a subject sitting tight, looking at this light. Sitting tight, looking at your light. And how long will you look? Keep looking. And in all these ways, a lot of people will sit around and say, I saw the light. I saw the light. It became big. It expanded and covered my whole being. Now, suppose you'd say, it didn't happen for me. There will be one fellow who will be leading the group. He will say, you don't have sufficient shraddha. Arey, ye kya baat hai? Long ago about him. How long? 2004, yeah, 20 years. I met somebody who was supposed to be this occult person. He used to tell me, I was in those stages studying and trying to. He used to tell me, if you do it sincerely, you will hear bells ringing. You will hear conch blowing. And he used to do some homa at home and we come back. That homa, that smell of the homa used to be felt in my house. And he was about 20 kilometers away. And he used to come back and feel that homa's that fragrance of all that ingredients that he has used in the home. Later on, I realized that all this gets trapped in your clothes as well. More clothes you wear, suppose you wear a three-piece suit, more of that smoke will be trapped there. So when you come home and take them all off, it's still there or that fragrance there. Everything can be scientifically explained. And suppose you tell, I didn't feel the ringing, I didn't hear the ringing of bells. You will say that means you don't have Shraddha. So as it is, I have problems with guilt. I'm guilty that I didn't do the right thing. I am hurt. I am guilty. I am anxious. I am dukkha ridden. And this person and his uncle come and add one more dukkha because you don't have Shraddha, that's why you don't see light. ये क्या बात है? Permanently keeping me hooked. Then do this parihara, that parihara, keep this yantra, keep that yantra. Continue on a guilt trip. Keep you guilty for the rest of your life. Keep you guilty for the rest of your life so that the other person's grahasti runs. So the more guilty you feel, the better is my grahasti. Because you will pay more for parihara. This dosha, that dosha. Energy blocks in the system. Have you heard this? I will look at your shadow and say there are energy blocks in the system. And how will you clear the blocks? Take the light behind me. As long as the light is behind me, you will see shadow. If it's in front of me, where will you see? Yeah. Buddhi should be there. Bhagwan has given you buddhi. And the buddhi is meant to think. So I don't want positive thinking. I don't want negative thinking. I want thinking. Proper thinking. You have buddhi. You use it for thinking for everything else other than two areas. So, this improper thinking or muddled thinking creates a lot of issues. Why is there muddled thinking? Because the end purpose is not clear. You don't even know where you are going. Let's say you take a bag and you say you're going to the central bus terminus of whatever city you are in. And you go there and somebody says, and you go and ask the fellow there, what time does the bus depart from here? You will say there is bus. Where do you want to go? I don't know, sir. Then he has to get rid of you. He will say, go inquire at the inquiry counter. The inquiry counter, after a lot of inquiry, tell you right behind it there is a lunatic asylum. You can go get admitted there. That's where you should be headed. When the central purpose is not clear to you, how will you know what bus to take? Central purpose. I want to travel in an AC sleeper bus. Fine, but where do you want to go? Nobody gets into an AC sleeper just for the heck of it. At least you have to think just for the heck of it, go from here to Pondicherry and get back. 75 in Chennai. Go from here to Bangalore and get back. Doesn't make sense. So unless the central purpose is clear to you, you will not get clarity on this subject. And for the central purpose to become clearer, you need to lead a certain lifestyle, following certain virtues, so that this muddled thinking goes away. You get clarity here. This place is occupied by a lot of muck. Every time you want to add something, is a disk space low. You have to clean up some disk space. Or they will say install a new cleaner. What do? Look at shadows. Look at dragon energy. There's another thing which has come. Dragon energy. You're not able to handle a mosquito, you want to handle a dragon. So clarity is needed. And for this clarity, you need certain virtues. These virtues were explained. Adamitam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Shanti, Arjama, all these were explained. Now, Krishna already introduced the central purpose in chapter 2. Atmani eva atmana tushtaha. Be at home with yourself. He has already introduced this to you. It is not something new he is introducing. He is already introduced. And he is reiterating the subject. It is called abhyasa. Reiterate it often, so that the central purpose is clear to you. So now he is talking about, the teacher is unfolding the nature of the knower. Okay, what is, I am the knower. I know. I am able to see all this. I know I know this. I know. This is an object of my knowledge. I know this. Object, subject. Object is different from me. I am the knower. Okay. Like that, take any answer. Okay. Object, knower, different from me. I am different. I am the knower. This is different from me. Fine. Do you know your body? Object of your knowledge? Are you different from your body? You have to be different from it. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, I'm back. Are you able to hear me? Yes.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A sudden power cut, so everything went off, disappeared. Okay. So, uh, how are you? So what happens is, I am, let me see if I have what kind of light I have in the system. So, the body is known to you. The body is an object of one's knowledge. And I know the body. I am the knower. I am the owner of the body, perhaps. I know the body. I know it intimately. It is mine, but it is not me. So when you talk about the feature of the body, you can say tall, hard, or you can say old or young, or whatever. Color of face, color of eyes, whatever you can describe. But how will you describe the knower? And who is the ultimate knower? The ultimate knower cannot be described in words. The ultimate knower is only, is consciousness. And the moment I objectify it, it loses the status of consciousness. So I cannot objectify it. Let's understand it a little carefully. Okay, it requires a little bit of. All of you are capable enough. Just come along with me, and you will understand it very, very clearly. There's a power failure. Yes, no. So come along with me. You will understand. Now, suppose I say a tall man, a tall tree, a fat man, an old man. Man is a noun, and old, tall, fat, whatever are adjectives. So, man is the noun, and the adjective is an attribute. Okay? Now, let me tell you one more thing. Wooden table, golden bangle. Which is the noun? Which is the adjective? See, when we talked about an object, the object is the noun, the adjective is an attribute. So content, attribute. Now I am talking about golden bangle. Tell me which is the content, which is the attribute. Is bangle attribute? Do you ever go into the market to buy a bangle? So though adjective gold is used, golden, but here what has happened is, though it is used as an adjective, the content is gold. Bangle is as though noun. So in real establishment, in real usage, I should say bangly gold, ringy gold, crowny gold. If I speak like that, they will say you belong to some other place. So what happens is, adjective, attribute, noun. Here is another use of adjective where you have the content used as though it's an adjective and the adjective as though used the noun sense. Noun sense, not okay. Yeah. Now let's look at one. What is this bangle? Does the bangle have any value without the content? Okay. So Vedanta comes and tells you the bangle is a name, a form, and a function. It is round. Okay. Shape. It's a name called a bangle. And it is a function. It is worn here. The same round thing may be this big, this size, or even bigger. When it is worn here, you don't call it a bangle. You call it a earring. It may be big enough to let a lion jump through that. Bigger than both your hands put together. But still it is called a earring. So there is a name, there is a form, and a function. The name and the form and the function does not have an independent existence of its own minus the content. So what is the content? Satyavastu. You relate to the Satyavastu. You buy the Satyavastu. You own the Satyavastu, but you relate to the form, name, form, and function. This is name, form, function. What do you value? Satyavastu, Chaitanyam, that is inside. You relate to the Satyavastu through the name and form. Now tell me, how can you look at the Satyavastu? Because the moment you look at the Satyavastu, you're objectifying it. Objectifying it means knowing it. There is something called pratyaksha, knowing. I see, I hear, I touch. That is one form of knowing. Pratyaksha, knowledge. Then there is another thing called, indirect knowledge. Paroksha, indirect, like anumana, upamana, inference. Two-step assumptions, one-step assumption, comparison. So many things, People who have lived in America, you come to India and you tell some of our Indian friends here what is a skunk. Have you told anybody? Try. Nobody has seen a skunk. But now you can show it in a picture. So they will have to say it looks like a bandicoot. Maybe a bandicoot with a smell or something like that. Okay. So, upamanam. Okay. There is athapati is second level assumption. Then there is something called anupalabdhi, non-availability. How do you know I don't have horns? Because they are not there. You don't infer I don't have horns. Pratyaksha, you don't see horns there. You see the absence of horns. So anupalabdhi. So you have pratyaksha and you have paroksha jnanam. So pratyaksha is direct means of knowledge. Paroksha is indirect means of knowledge which has to be reaffirmed. Okay. Now tell me, knowing yourself, you know the body, how you are able to see a reflection. That's an element of pratyaksha. Do you have a doubt? This could be me. Do you have? I call you early in the morning, okay, let's say 3 o'clock in the morning. And you get up and say, hello, am I speaking to so-and-so? You say, let me check. This must be me because there is nobody else in the house. Do you say that? You say, yes, I am. How do you know you are? Did you use pratyaksham? Do you use paroksham? You say, let my wife, I'll check with my wife and tell you, is this me or somebody else? She'll possibly say, bahut piyala hai raat ko. That's why you're coming with all kinds of things. It is called immediate knowledge, aparoksha, self-evident knowledge. That you are is self-evident. That you are, you don't need a means of knowledge. That this is, you need a means of knowledge. That this body is, you need a means of knowledge. But that you are, you don't need a means of knowledge. That's why it is called swata siddham. So only after I come into play, there is no question of I coming into play. I'm always in the ground. Only when my sense organs are activated, I can objectify something. How can I ever objectify something without the sense organs in themselves? So, knowing yourself is not easy. That's what the teacher says. It is not easy. Okay, let's do one more. Tatparya. Some people who attended our session this morning, I would have shared this knowledge with you. You are going to buy a mirror, okay? No, before going to buy it. See your own eyes. Try, all of you. Try yours. You at least need a selfie. Try your face, seeing your face. Even the face, you have to turn it around. Otherwise, you are parting and thinking you will get a mirror image. Or you may get a real image. So therefore, for seeing your face, you need a reflecting medium. Is that reflecting medium? So you go to a shop to buy a mirror, a reflecting medium. What do you really need in the reflecting medium? A clear reflection. And thereafter you bring the mirror home put it in a prominent place, and use it. The reflecting medium for knowing myself is Vedanta Pramana. I should bring Vedanta home, put it in a prominent place, and look at it daily. Only then I will be able to appreciate what the Vedanta says about me. My conclusion, what is my conclusion about me? Because I am looking at me through my body. What is my conclusion? I am looking at myself through the body, and through the body I am looking at this world. And what's my conclusion? I am small. I am old. I am no longer as I used to be. I am not smart enough. I am insignificant. I am not so rich. I am forgetful. And you want to struggle to get out of all this. So my conclusion is I am a nobody. I am small. I am small. I am a nobody. I am insignificant. And what is my struggle? To become significant, to get over smallness, to get over inadequacy. And all my struggle to become somebody always falls short of expectations. So I better know what is my central purpose. The central purpose of my seeking is seeking myself. The central purpose of seeking is to be at home with myself. And the Vedanta Pramana comes and tells you, all that you see around you are objects of your knowledge, objects, kshetram, and the kshetram objects suffer from certain limitations. What are those limitations? They are finite. They have a beginning, they have an end. They have a beginning, a peak, and an end. They are not capable of giving you permanent peace, security, and happiness. This is the nature of the kshetra. And what are you looking for? Completeness. How can a finite object ever give you finite, full of infinity? Logic is required, that's all. You have to apply your logic. So a finite object cannot give me the infinite. An object which is limited by itself cannot give me the unlimited. See, all of us join a company, A, B, C, limited, and I want a permanent job. The company itself is limited. How can it give you a permanent job? It's called a limited company by very name. How can it give you a permanent? At some point, there will say, Bori Bistar Bando Bhago, whoever you may be. So, one needs proper thinking. And Vedanta leads you to that thinking. It leads you to Kshetra, the knower of the Kshetra. So let's look at this example. So here is an example where there is gold and there is a bangle. Bangle is actually the attribute, not the content. Gold is the content. Wooden table. Whenever you touch the table, you are touching only wood. Clay pot. Whenever you are touching the pot, you are only touching clay. Okay? So he says this object, the knower of the object is to be known. That's what Krishna says in this verse. Yeah. So Krishna says you must know this. Verse number 13. What is this? Yeyam yattat pravakshyami yajyadva amritam anadimat param brahma na satta na sadduchyate. Okay. So, knowing which the kshetragya, knowing which you are free. Free from what? Smallness, inadequacy, sense of mortality. You're free from all this. This is worth knowing. If at all there is something worth knowing, this is it. That's what he says in verse number 13. Let's see what does he say in verse number 14. 14. It's see, all these verses are, I won't call it difficult, they are subtle. It needs a little insightful understanding. Okay. Sarvatapani padam tat sarvato shirasomuk sarvato sarvato shishiro sarvato shishiromukam sarvata shutiman loke sarvamapritya tishtati. So words, what is the word meaning? Tata sarvata pani padam. That consciousness, that is the me, the subject me, has hands and legs everywhere. Okay. Now there's a hand there. You saw light there. There's a hand here. There is light there. There are legs there. Light is there. So wherever you see hand or legs or head or whatever, they are all seen in the medium of light. We'll come to that explanation shortly. Sarvata pani means hands. Padam tat. Wherever there is consciousness, wherever there is pani padam legs, there is consciousness. This is the way we look at it. Okay? Now, sarvato shishiro mukham. Sarvato, it has eyes. Yeah. Sarvataha akshi shiro mukham. Wherever you go, there are eyes, there are heads, there are faces. Eyes, heads, mouths, mukha, mouths, everywhere. Shruti mat, it has ears. Shruti mat, it has ears. Wherever you go, there are ears. Everywhere, sarvataha. Tishtati, it remains. Avritya sarvam, pervading everything. Loke, in this world. Okay? Now, let's understand this carefully. A little bit of careful understanding. Now, we took the example of gold and bangle. Now, when you look at this world, what are you really seeing? Everybody talks about this world, this world, this world. What is this world? Are you talking about the globe? We are essentially talking about the world of mine. My possession, my family, my house, my relationship, my experience, my job, my earning, my papa punyam, my Ishvara, my Ishta Devata, my Swargam. That's what you're concerned about. Perhaps a little more. You're not bothered about what the American president is doing. Does he go to church or... You're not bothered about it. So this is your world. Now in this world, let's do a small analysis like we did the gold bangle example. Okay? Which is the content and which is the attribute? So my family is, which is the content, which is the attribute. Is the family independently there on its own? The family depends upon what? On consciousness. And consciousness isn't I am conscious of my family. I am aware of the existence of my family. I am aware of the existence of my assets. I am aware of the existence of my well-being. I am aware of the existence of my influence. So what is common? Influence is variable, experience is variable, emotions are variable, family is variable, money is always variable. What is common? So all these are attributes. What is common? I am aware of the existence. Existence is called awareness. Awareness is called consciousness. In two-letter English word is asti. It is. So existence is the content and everything else is attribute. So wherever there are heads, what is there? Existence. Wherever there are legs and hands, what is there? Existence. Wherever there is eyesight, what is there? Eyesight is. I am aware of the existence of my eye. I am aware of the non-existence of my hands. I am aware of the non-existence. So wherever an object is, there is awareness. The punch will come a little late. Wherever there is object, there is awareness. So this is an object of my knowledge. It is a mixture. I am aware of my body. When the body is, I am there as a knower. When the body is not there, you don't go that non-existence. Is there some point of time during the day when your body is not there? Look at it this way. Is there some point of time in the next 24 hours or the previous 24 hours when you were not aware of the existence of your body? You were deep, even when you were dreaming. You were aware, you were not aware of the existence of your body. But then you got up and said, I slept so soundly, I did not even know that there was a power cut. Hey, what happened? What was there? Pure existence. The hand you saw in the medium of light, hand gone. What did you see? Light. You did not see, but you understood there was light. The body was not functional. The body, I was not aware. I mean, in the sense, there was this Jagrat Avastha was not there. But yet I knew I slept well. So there is this invariable conscious factor, Chaitanyam. And what is the nature of Chaitanyam? It is not a part, product, or property of the body. Okay? It is not a property. It is not something which is an independent entity. It does not depend upon my body for its existence. It exists beyond the dimension of my body. Even when there is no body, it survives. Most importantly, for manifesting itself, I need the body. The consciousness needs a little subtle. Don't go back and say intellectual knowledge. It's a little subtle. You have to repeatedly, this talk will be available to you. Listen several times. You can send me personal questions in our WhatsApp group. I'll answer all of them. Because this needs clarification. So, now the Vedanta comes and adds something and tells you, you the knower, are aware of all this. So these are attributes. You are the content. Tat tvam asi. And this consciousness, this infinite consciousness, is given a name. That name is called Brahman. And there is no way you can objectify Brahman. Then how do I know Brahman? This is $1 million. How do I know Brahman? You can never know Brahman. You can never know yourself as an object of knowledge. You have to claim yourself as the knower himself, herself. It's a well ascertained knowledge. Okay? There is a stotra called Dakshinamurti Stotram, in which the teacher says, Deham pranam api indriyanyapi chalan buddhim cha shrunyam viduhu Stri balan gajadopamastvahamitim pranta brishambadina. Okay? Do you have any doubt here that there's so many people, men, women? As a man, let's say, the gentleman here, Do you have any doubt? You're a man or a woman? Does any lady have a doubt? No, perhaps I'm not a lady. Do you have a doubt? So, just as you have the clarity, I am this deha, deham, pranam, indriya, I am Stri, I am Bala, I am Manushya, I am Purusha. Just as so much clarity you have about the Anatma, you must have even more clarity. All these Anatma are attributes, and I am the Atma which makes this Anatma come alive. This is to be known and owned up. And this process of owning up takes time because we have lot of preoccupation. Preoccupation with what? Primarily, we don't know what's the purpose of our life. What's the main purpose? Suppose somebody came and told you the main purpose of your life is to know that you're already adequate. You will say, no, no, it can't be. Because there's one other fellow waiting to tell you that you're already a condemned fellow, you are a sinner. I'll have to take you to heaven. I am the last and the latest. I'll have to take you there, up there to heaven, and there we will have supper with the Lord. One fellow comes and tells you this. And somehow it seems easy to relate, Not much strain at all. Not much strain. Hey, no strain here. One day it'll end and I'll go there. No strain, no thinking involved. Another fellow, you come there, he will say there'll be a lot of greenery, you will have dates throughout the day. Instead of camels, you will ride on horses. Maybe you'll ride on modern vehicles, and then you will have 72 kanyas serving you and things like that. That seems a little more enjoyable. No? It is what you cannot enjoy here, you will go enjoy elsewhere. Now, what is the guarantee that you will go and enjoy? You will continue to be an inadequate fellow there. Vedanta comes and tells you you are already adequate. And that is something to be known, not to be achieved. And because I do not know, why do I do not know? I know I am able to. It definitely seems to make sense. Listening, it seems to make sense. I come and tell you, you have nothing to lose. No, suppose I tell you, you are a limitlessly happy being. What do you lose? You don't lose anything. I tell you, you are an already adequate being. You lack nothing. You are already a significant being. Hey, what do you lose? You have nothing to lose. And if you still think you are loose, then there's loose here. Upper story loose. I'm already giving you this message. You can only say, yeah, it is so appealing, but I am not able to relate to it. Yeah, then it makes sense. I'm not able to relate. Why are you not able to relate to it? Because you are preoccupied with the non-essentials. You are not clear that knowing yourself is the ultimate pursuit, and all your pursuit should be aligned to this pursuit. Then the clarity will come. And for you to get this alignment, we went through 8 onwards, Amanitvam, Madam, Vitvam, Mahimsa, so that, this thinking equipment gets that appropriate leisure, appropriate freedom from preoccupation to be able to appreciate and own up this knowledge. Now let me look at one more example for Sarvata Prani, Pani Padam. Let's take any one person for that example. Let's take me for that example. I'm a father, and I'm a husband. I'm a grandfather. I'm a retired professional from some place. I'm a storyteller. Some people say I'm a happiness coach. I sing on stage also occasionally. There are so many roles I play. I'm a tenant in one place. I'm an owner. I'm a citizen of this country. Then I belong to one particular community. I'm son of so and so. I'm grandson of so and so. I'm a devotee of so and so. So many things. I'm friend of many of you here. Okay. Now, all these are roles. All these roles have ears, eyes, nose, These roles are not me. I am playing the roles. Is there any physical distance between the role that I play and me? That means in all the roles, wherever I play role, sarvata, pani, padam, aksha, hearing, nose, everything belongs to the role player. It doesn't belong to the role. Wherever I play a role, you will see this only. Let's say I'm also a stage actor. Yeah, in one play I acted as some storyteller. For that so I donned the makeup. The nose and the ears and the eyes are just the same. So sarvata, pani, padam, akshara, eyes, shira, mukha, okay? So hearing organs are all the same. In the various roles I play, it is my sense organs that pervade. Let's take one more example. You are dreaming. Okay? Now, this is about my roles. I am now dreaming. In my dream, I see my friend, I see my family, I see my dogs also. Okay. I see a pet cobra which I have. It's just so fun. Okay, don't come looking for a cobra. I have a cobra, I have a python, I have scorpions. And then what else? I have parrots, I have peacocks, I've got wolves as pet. All this I have in my dream. Now, in my dream, am I pervading everywhere in my dream? My awareness, my subjective is pervading in my dreams everywhere. Yes, Sarvata, who is there? Me and me alone. In my dream, I see you. Is it your nose or my nose? Is it my eyes or your eyes? In your eyes, I am there. It is my eyes alone that pervades everywhere as eyes, heads, ears, nose. படுத்தல் தாங்கல பாருங்க. So wherever you are, you pervade only. I alone pervade. In the same way, take this example. My consciousness, as consciousness, pervade the entire Srishti. I alone am, exist as Satya Vastu, and everything else that you see, eyes, ears, noses, forms, are all Nama Rupa function. I alone give them the substance to survive. Okay, we will examine further. There's frequent power outages today, which is disturbing the flow of thoughts. We will meet again next week and continue. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय हो स्वामी दयानंद महाराज की जय हो सब संतों की जय हो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय हो बोले शंकर we'll meet again next week and this recording will be available to you either today or tomorrow. Om Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you, sir.
Om.
Thank you.
Om. Om.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.